Center in Brooklyn, New York, live from Media Day. Ryan Ruocco, Sarah Kustok with you, and we are with one of the newest members of the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant. Great to have you here, Kevin.
Good to have you.
You know, listening to you at the podium, one of the things that stood out, and Sarah and I both looked at ourselves, was you talking about Kenny Atkinson and sort of observing him in post-game press conferences and seeing the way he did things and that being attractive to you. What was it about Kenny that sort of drew you into this program and to him?
I felt like he was a hands-on coach with his younger players. I felt that seeing all of these guys get better over the years, and Kenny started off as a development guy, and to see his rise into a head coach, I know how hard that is, you know, so I know how much work it takes to become successful as a head coach, win your first playoff game, get to the playoffs, and just create an atmosphere here. I was really impressed, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Kevin, what's it been like for you just getting adjusted to being out here on the East Coast, new team, and just the way in which you've been trying to balance that with your rehab this summer and how you've been approaching all of it with so many changes?
I was just blessed to have so much support around me. I mean, I really don't have to do nothing but wake up and get on the training table. You know, I got so many people that's taking care of so much for me and making this move really simple. But, you know, I'm also the force behind it, so I got to think about so much along the way. But, you know, I got so much support, and also, you know, coming here with the Nets, they've made everything easier for me as well.
You know, I mean, obviously, this season you're dealing with the Achilles, but when you look at the pieces that you have in place here and the way you slot in and everyone slots in around you, I mean, how would you just describe what you expect to see on the basketball court with the way you guys all fit together?
I feel like my game doesn't take away from anybody's. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to share the shots because there's so much that can go around in a 48-minute game. But as far as, you know, talents, I don't feel like I'll restrict anybody from doing what they usually do out on the floor. And I think we have so many players that can give you that luxury, you know, where they can still be good at who they are, but allow the other players to fit as well. So, you know, we got smart, high IQ players that are efficient, and that usually is a good sign for some success.
So many new players, but one that we've grown to be so fond of in the way in which he's developed has been Karis LeVert. Yeah. And he sat here with us and spoke about just being excited to be here with you and learn from you. And I know you have in the past workouts, but being around him every day and starting to see more out of him, what's your expectations for him in just knowing the work that he puts in the gym?
I just think Karis, I expect him to be more of an efficient player this year. I feel like everything else, you know, from his instincts to, you know, his IQ, I think everything is right in the line of where it's supposed to be in the next phase for him. Even he says it is to be more efficient with his shots, his movements, his playmaking. So being a guy that kind of hang my hat on, you know, being efficient every day as a player, I know I got some gems that I can throw him to maybe help him out. And I'm looking forward to seeing his progression and also me progressing as a player along the way, because that young energy, I feed off of it as well.
Well, Kevin, this is how you know we are men and women of our word at Yes. When we say it's just a couple minutes, it's just a couple minutes.
I appreciate that.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
You're good. We're going to do the switcheroo. You'll be able to welcome in Kyrie Irving now. Congratulations being here, and best of luck in your recovery, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right.
Don't touch the top of your. Try to sum me.
I know you've been working.
What's going on, Kyrie?
What's going on?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh, look, Theo Pinson joining the crowd, too.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks, Theo. No, you good.
I mean, Kyrie, we know, you know, everybody wants to talk about, well, why did Kyrie choose the Nets? We know it was really about getting to play on Yes every night. You know, growing up watching the Yes Network, right? Like, that was the #1 reason, ultimately, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I would say that it's just been a long-time affinity that I've had for Yes Network. I mean, it's just, it was in my household. I was taking the 3-game packages that Yes Network was offering, and you know, I could see the schedule. I knew what games I was going to at being a Nets fan as a kid. So it was incredible for that to come to fruition now and being a player and actually taking this Nets kind of dream that I've had since a kid and really making it a reality. So, yeah.
Ian Eagle and Richard Jefferson are remiss they can't be here with you. But you'll see plenty of them throughout the season.
You know, Kyrie, Sarah and I were listening to you, and you gave such beautiful, long, you know, really detailed, insightful answers talking about your process to get here and listening to you at the podium. You know, I'm wondering, since you've gotten here now, you know, over these last couple weeks, what has been your early impressions of working with Kenny and this coaching coaching staff?
Man, it's been incredible. I just think that the receptivity, also just the compassion and the culture of family, that was the most important thing. I know you heard me echo it on the stage, but that was what they approached me as. It's just a family environment. We want to protect you. We want to protect your family. We want to make this feel like home for you. I know it is home for you, but we want to make it even feel like more home for you. Being 8 years in the league, you see a bunch of things, you experience a bunch of things, and then, you have this dream that starts as a fourth grader, and now it's coming to your professional job, and you're like, how could I not take this opportunity to get to know the Nets on a different level now? They're elevated. They've had the players. They have Kenny, very special leader in here, and he's very honest, which I appreciate. He's just straightforward about everything he does, and he never minimizes what he does, but he's like, this is just what it is. I'm telling you the truth, and I'm like, I respect any coach that wants that type of relationship, keep it open, and he trusts me. So I'm like, he wants my experience to really be the leading factor in all of this and really use my voice.
You bring up leading, and everyone we've talked to have talked about you as a leader. In the last couple of weeks, we've talked to Sean and Kenny, and they keep pointing to how you've elevated the level of play, the compete level with these guys. What approach do you take with that? And is that something that you're actively thinking about, how you can lead these guys, or is more of it just the way in which you're approaching things?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is just having fun with competing at a very, very high level. Understanding that the years it takes to put in the amount of experience that myself, Kay, DJ, failing on national stages, failing in practice with teammates in terms of like, how do you get the best out of your teammates? And you want to come in, you want to be the voice of reason for everyone, you want to help integrate everyone in a together group. And for me, it was just figuring out, I just got to be myself. I just got to come in, have fun playing the game I love, and the rest of the guys will follow. Me competing at a high level, I picked up Spencer, about 2 weeks ago, full court, and it really raised the level of play and practice, and everyone follows suit after that. And you want to be that type of example where it's not always your voice, but just your presence, and those guys are just hungry. They're hungry. My teammates are hungry for what this opportunity presents. So it was one of those things where I just had to learn more about myself, and then now it's just being myself, and these guys love it, so I love it.
It's interesting, too, because you've talked about this, Kyrie. This is a place you chose, right? I mean, and it's the first time in your career you've had that choice, and for an NBA player, you have to wait a while until you get to that place.
Yeah.
What does that fact, the fact that you chose this place, Kevin chose this place, DeAndre chose this place, what does that mean for kind of the way the chemistry will develop and grow? How significant is it that you guys all chose to be here?
Well, that's our biggest connection, is we've chosen a place that we all can grow together, and we also have the experiences of the past that we connect with as well, of watching each other from afar, that, hey, maybe the way we did some of the things that we did in our careers could have gone differently in the way we handled it, and how do we protect each other going forward so it doesn't happen again? We don't want to leave our brothers out there to dry. We play USA together. We're best friends off the court. We talk every day, but we're not playing together. So as kids, we still have that same youthful exuberance. Like, I want to play with my friends. I want to choose to play with my friends. And you don't want to feel compartmentalized in your job. So you want to have fun. And getting K, DJ on board was like, first things first. I got to get my big dogs with me. They have a lot more experience in the league than I do. Let me get them with me so they can understand what it's really like to be on a first-class organization such as Brooklyn, where, hey, the first thing they said out of their mouths is, we want to protect you guys. We want to protect the players. We want to protect you guys. We want to make sure you're comfortable. And for the first time in our careers, we're like, oh, this is very nice. This is fair. Are you sure we're not asking for too much? Like, it made sense, and we were all very honest about what we wanted now and going forward, and it made sense.
Well, Kyrie, we appreciate the time.
Thanks.
We're so excited to have you here. I'm going to be expecting more book recommendations throughout the year from you as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you, brother.
good to be here, man. Good to have you here. Thank you, Kyrie.